Hey, everybody, Ulysses Slaughter here with the Chester Housing Authority's Building Community. This is the platform where we get an opportunity to connect with partners from all across the region, sometimes all across the world, and build communities. Steve, a lot of the times we say building community, and I think sometimes we say it so often that we forget that that's actually what we are doing. And that's what these conversations are all about, building and sustaining community. Now, I said to myself this time around, I'm not going to ask you what number this is, because I know that this is number 31. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, you are. You're getting better at remembering the numbers. We appreciate that here.
This is good stuff, man. I mean, I want to ask you the first question here, because a lot of times when we do these recordings, we do these meetings, I think people don't understand how much you and housing staff go through to develop these relationships. We're going to have a conversation right now about what is being called wraparound services and social service supports. But a lot of thinking goes into this stuff on your part and your staff's part. Let's talk some about what you go through when you're thinking about partnering with the people that we'll be talking to today.
That's actually a good question. It's a byproduct of the compassionate staff that we have here at the Housing Authority. We're just never satisfied with just doing our basic role. We're just employing the dollars that that we're supported with, and just putting forth the minimal effort. We're always looking for ways to leverage that to assist families even more so. So it causes us to have to go out and find partners in the community, and sometimes twist arms to go along with some schemes we come up with to go further to help families. But I will also say that because I believe we have established ourselves as a solid organization, sometimes then partners come to us.
So I'm Marrea Walker-Smith, and my company is CEO Business Consultants. And I have been working with Chester Housing Authority for a couple years. I like to refer to the term coaching because we have such a stigma in our community around the term counseling. But I actually worked on the Resident Training Academy. So I developed that Resident Training Academy, which was an opportunity for residents to get training in the healthcare field to be able to jumpstart their careers. It was specifically targeted towards residents that were having a challenging time finding work, and we had some success with that. And then during the pandemic, I was able to support the Housing Authority with what many of the housing developments and private realtors were dealing with, which was basically non-payment of rent. So working with the Chester Housing Authority to try to support the residents in getting back on track and identifying other resources to support them through grant opportunities such as that with Delco ERA and a couple other resources.
Hello, everybody. My name is Julie Heydeman. I'm the Director of Social Work Counseling Services. We're located on Widener University's campus. I've been within this role for 2 years, but I have been involved with social work counseling services in different facets for the past 5. It's wonderful. We provide free services to the Delaware County community. We have free therapy as well as resource navigation for folks. We are fully staffed by MSW students, and we don't have a specific focus on our therapy. And I always joke and tell people that we're not going to have them come in and we're going to ask them intimate details about their childhood. We can just be seen as someone to talk to and connect with, especially during any challenging time like COVID. We are completely virtual right now, which has actually helped a lot with accessing services to us.
My name is Jordan Casey, and I'm the Director of the Housing Opportunity Program for Equity, HOPE for short. And I have been doing this job, as Steve mentioned. We are a new program at the Foundation for Delaware County, and I've been in this position since it started, which was July of 2021. But I'm an attorney. That's by way of background, and I have been in the past a medical legal partnership attorney at the Foundation for Delaware County, and I've been doing this type of work through my legal aid experience, and now this work through the HOPE program for a better part of 8 years. So I was doing this fresh out of law school. So we are a program that promotes housing fairness, affordability, and stability through our direct services. We partner with our sister programs at the Foundation for Delaware County, the Healthy Start program, which is has case managers and social workers associated with it. We have Nurse Family Partnership, which has home visiting nurses that are affiliated with that program. And then our WIC program, which is Women, Infant, and Children, also under the Foundation for Delaware County umbrella. If you are eligible for those programs, you are eligible for HOPE services. And we will soon be rolling out a utility assistance program that will be available to the larger community. So,
somebody speak to the importance of why it's important for people to network and to always be reaching for new resources. This is not just about the housing authority. It's what each one of us on this screen is doing all the time.
I think it's important to utilize the services that are available to you, and as you put in, network, because there's a lot going on with our families, right? With our families that we serve, and certainly the families that the housing authority serves. And it's important because it is oftentimes difficult to do everything by yourself, right? There's a lot going on with work. There's a lot going on with your children, just the world in general. Stress is weighing down on us, right? And the important thing about reaching out to some of these services that are here on the screen today, and others, right, is that it's our job to make it easier for you, right? We can do a lot of what it will take you a while to do, right? So rather than reach out to each resource individually, like we can, compile that, right? And we can do some of that work for you and give you those resources and help you advocate and open some doors that may be difficult to do on your own, right? And we, more importantly, will do the follow-up with, right? If somebody's not answering your phone call or something, we can reach out on your behalf and say, hey, we know that family X has been trying to get in touch with you. Please reach out, right? We can help you with some of that advocacy, right? Removing some of that burden is our job.
Yeah, I think it's important for a lot of different reasons. As you mentioned, I do teach entrepreneurship and technology and economics and all. And, this summer, we had 4 students from the school that I teach at basically do a internship at Chester Housing Authority. And, these students are not from the Chester community. They live in more of the affluent communities. But they really got an up close view at, how Chester Housing Authority works, the things that they do to support it, the population. And I mean, that's really critical because, they then become champions for the, Chester Housing Authority as well, to return to their communities and say, hey, we had a wonderful experience, and, how great it is. And, and it just speaks to really another level of networking. But, many of our tenants are also entrepreneurs. And so, we have an opportunity to help them as well to build out that entrepreneurial model similar to what we have at the Red Brick Cafe. And so I think that a lot of that success comes from networking and, identifying a need. And how do you fill that need? Because that's essentially what we're doing when we're talking about creating a new product or creating a new business or something, or how do we complement an existing service or something that exists there. So I think that's really important, and being able to share all of those different skills with the residents has been really valuable.
Julie, the most affluent people in the world do therapy. They do counseling. And they are happy to say, I've got a therapist, I've got a counselor. How do we shift the mindset around talking with somebody? Because I really think it's about a mindset. People think I'm poor, I'm underprivileged, I'm disadvantaged, I shouldn't be talking to anybody. Let's talk about why that is so opposite of the mindset and how important your services could be to the people in the Chester Housing Authority and the Chester community at large.
I think that's a wonderful question and something we face within the community of Chester and beyond is I don't deserve to go to therapy. I don't need therapy. But something that I really try to bring home to everybody, whether it be my graduate level students who are struggling, up to the clients, to everyone, is that if you hurt yourself and needed to go to a doctor, would you say, oh, I twisted my ankle, I broke my ankle, but I don't deserve to get that fixed? You know, why are we treating something that's so connected to our bodies? It's literally in our heads. Why are we treating that so different than our physical health? And it's because of stigma. But that's what I really try to emphasize with folks is coming to therapy is like your checkup when you get hurt and checking in before you break your ankle or before your injury gets worse.
Steve, as the guy who makes it all happen with the support, of course, again, of the Chester Housing Authority staff, you said this earlier on in our conversation. Why is it important for people to take advantage of these resources and also to understand that there really is no one size fits all? Nobody is being looked at as a number here, that everybody is being respected based off of how they show up, and that they're going to be treated with what's that sign that you used to have at the front door? I don't know if it's still there. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. You used to have a sign down there that said that in the lobby. Why is it important for people to understand the using these resources is what everybody does, and that this is what the Housing Authority provides so that people can better their lives?
What happened to that sign, by the way?
I'll return it. I think I may have taken it. I'll get it back there.
Yeah, that was I forgot about that. That was pretty good. You bringing up that line of thought reminds me of what I felt like I encountered when I first came to work here. I first started talking to clients about, how we could work together to help them build their lives. The reaction I generally got was, yeah, we've heard it all before. We've had all the promises. Let's just not waste each other's time, kind of thing. And that bothered me. So, I thought I wanted the organization that I represented to be thought of as one that could be counted on, to go those extra miles for people and really work in partnership with them. So, look, again, that was part of the process of looking around. When it came to developing partnerships, then we had to make sure that, we were finding other organizations that weren't just going to come and fill time, but really, were committed and also had the competence and the experience to deliver promises. So, and you know what? That's a lot of that is just steeped in caring, in taking your job seriously, and taking, if it's in the field of human services like ours is, and taking your clients' challenges seriously as well.